Tonight, on Air Rescue, life on the edge for the Rapid Response Unit.
And clear to Winchtown. Your line is good.
As a lost tourist clings for dear life.
Man, how the hell did she get there?
Situation critical.
Awfully right. If you wanted to come right, fine.
On one of Australia's deadliest roads.
The moment you try and move him or touch him, he's screaming at you.
And a day at the beach goes horribly wrong for a young couple.
She was dumped head first, paying 7 out of 10.
And she called my name out. I just ran down because I knew she was in trouble.
Westpac 1 has been called out to the victim of a motorbike crash. The location, Putty Road, near the Hunter Valley, is one pilot Gandhi knows all too well.
Putty Road is notoriously bad for motorbike riders. They just seem to come a gutser out there, be it speed, inability on the bike. They seem to hit these corners and they lose it.
Thick forest, hairpin bends and steep hills make Putty Road a magnet for bike riders. But it's a treacherous place to try and land a chopper.
Thanks. Have you got a landing site for Westpac?
Best place for them at this point close to us is there is a little bit of a clearing up at the top of Howes Mountain.
Westpac 1, copy that. Thanks, we'll have a look.
Got the vehicle visual.
Yep, okay.
I'm going to assume it's this clearing on the corner.
Yeah.
Just on down there at our 3 o'clock now.
Affirm.
Yep. Northern Operations, Westpac 1's overhead scene and landing.
An unprepared landing site is always a challenge.
Okay, going over.
Copy, mate. Clear to go.
But when it's this tight, setting down safely depends on a highly coordinated team effort.
We're below 60, you clear the doors.
Okay, the door's coming back.
With blind spots behind and below, Gandhi will have to trust his aircrew's instructions as they guide him in.
I lose visuals with a lot of the stuff here, so I'm relying on them quite heavily to make sure that obstacles that are out of my line of sight, that we remain clear of that.
Stray branches could destroy rotor blades in an instant.
5, 4, 2, 1, and hold.
And as they begin to set down, it's clear this landing is as dangerous as they come.
We've got trees directly underneath the rotors here.
Causing a bit of a dust storm.
Beneath them, the trapped motorbike rider is critical. But aborting the landing is the only option.
Trees.
For 40 years, the Westpac rescue choppers have been saving lives across Australia. Standing by, the Rapid Response Crew specialise in water and critical access rescues.
Westpac Lifesaver, Peter.
Pilot Peter Yates knows every call to the Rapid Response base is potentially life-threatening.
It's literally somebody off a cliff up and around Avoca area. We don't know whether they're in the water or at the base of the cliff, so I guess we'll suzz it out when we get there.
Veteran air crewman Tony and rescue crewman Harry will team up on the winch.
A lot of the time, you're not sure what the job actually is until you're there. You're thinking about the possible scenarios, what you need to do, and what sort of assets you have to be able to get the job done.
I guess safety is the main thing we're all trained to think about here before you do anything. The rush thing is here because we're rapid response. You know, we're off the ground in 3 minutes.
G'day, on the ground, Lifesaver base. Requesting clearance for Victor 1. The Lifesaver 1, transit to Victor 1's approved.
We'll go through the rest of my checks when we get there. We'll check out what the mission is, because we're unsure at this time.
What I've been told is north of Oka, so we'll have a bit of a search when we get up there.
Okay, mate, we got an ETA on us for that?
Yeah, we'll be there in about 12 minutes.
En route, further details of the mission come to light. A young woman is trapped on a cliff above dangerous surf. Exactly how high or how to get her is unknown.
You know, it's great being able to work in such a tight team. I love the adrenaline, the rush of it, and you never know what your day's going to entail.
On scene, the crew get a first glimpse of the severity of the situation.
Did that move? Just trying to make it out.
Yeah, I think it did.
Well, I think that might be our patient.
Perched precariously above a 200-foot fall, local firemen have temporarily secured the injured girl. Her only chance of survival, a dangerous winch lift out of there.
Alarm the hoist.
When you're in the winch and you're going towards a person that you've got to pick up, you feel like you're completely in the moment. Your focus is just intently on the job at hand.
And clear the winch down.
Clear the winch.
So I'm looking down and thinking, wow, this is a massive drop.
15 above the rocks. 10 above the rocks, and he's moving into that little crevasse.
Man, how the hell did you get there?
He's now about 15 feet away from the patient. Okay.
Looking at Harry down the wire on the edge of the cliff, maintaining the position of the aircraft is the most important thing I have to relay back to the pilot. He's now lost sight of Harry, girl, and of the fiery that was down there.
Tony's guidance is critical.
Okay. And your height is still good, position's still good.
If the chopper gets too close, the downdraft could blow them all off the cliff. Coming up,
we just locked up the brakes and didn't even make the corner at all.
a high price for thrills on the infamous Putty Road.
Mate, is that hurting up here?
And danger in the shallows for a teenage swimmer.
She's been dumped in the surf and laying on top of the head, treating her as if she may have a spinal injury.
On one of Australia's most dangerous roads, pilot Gandhi is trying to land in the midst of dense scrub to rescue a badly injured motorbike rider. But with the skids brushing treetops, aborting is the only option.
Too much of a dust.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? What about one of the paddocks there on the other side of these trees? It does look pretty steep, that, doesn't it? It does, mate. The whole place looks steep. Look, I'll see if we can just get us, sneak us in onto the road.
A black spot for motorbike accidents. It's also pretty hairy for helicopters.
Don't want anyone to come around that corner.
With the road still open, the only option is a dangerous blind corner.
We can sneak in on that corner there. That's what I want to try and do, mate. Yeah. Just let a load of cars through.
Well, we've got a bloke there now stopping them, hopefully.
I just got the police vehicle underneath me on the right here.
Yep.
Just hold that position, police vehicle's moving.
Sails clear, mains clear, well clear, right?
3, 2, 1. Hold. Clear down. Well clear right. If you wanted to come right, fire.
How's that feel? Beautiful. Yep, clear to go.
Not shutting down?
No, mate, we'll go to Bilberdale.
Beautiful.
Once the paramedics offload, Gandhi and the crew immediately take off to wait at a safer site nearby. It's now down to paramedics Greg and Pete.
What happened, mate?
He's just sort of lost control about here, I guess, and then hit the fence. Not even. He just locked up the brakes and didn't even make the corner at all. So he hit the guardrail and flipped over.
The victim, 27-year-old Daniel McKinley, is trapped under the guardrail with his leg twisted painfully at an awkward angle.
The moment you try and move him or touch him, he's screaming at you.
Yeah.
The impact has left him with a fractured left forearm and femur, and potentially a fractured pelvis.
Mate, I'll get a pelvic splint on before we do that femur traction. Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get that sorted.
And there's no saving the tip of his finger. At 200 feet above dangerous rocks and surf, rapid response rescue crewman Harry needs to winch out a young woman trapped on a ledge.
He's moving into that little crevasse.
Man, how the hell did you get there?
Pilot Peter needs to balance getting Harry close to the patient without his downdraft blowing them off.
That outcrop she's on, there's not even a metre, is it? Not even a metre square.
Katia, from Germany, has been stuck for 6 hours. To reach her, Harry has to literally crawl along the cliff face. A local fireman has secured the patient, but Harry has to transfer her to the winch harness.
He's given that to the fiery. Okay. The fiery's just doing connect up. He's got nowhere to stand, Harry, at all. Pete. He's got no food on the ledge at all, so I'm taking as much slack out of the cables as I can.
Yep, no worries.
Harry's all connected up. He's waiting for the clearance of the pyro. Peter, take the weight.
You're clear to go.
Taking the weight. And bring him off the rocks. He's 2 off the rocks. I'm going to hold him there.
Okay, yep.
And we'll move back and left along the cliff face.
Yep.
Dangerous overhangs means Cartier has to be lifted out before going up.
3, 2, 1, and hold that position. And clear to winch up.
Clear to winch. We'll just teabag over to the house here.
20 above the grassed area. 5 to run. 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold that position.
You can feel their relief, which makes you feel like you've done your job.
She seems okay. Giving it all clear. Thumbs up. Here to take the weight.
Yep, clear to go.
Taking the weight. Winching in. Okay, he's 10 above the ground. And you're clear to rotate back over the ocean, Peter. I think it'd be a bit safer instead of the edge of the cliff face.
It's around.
He's at the skids now. Okay. So that was pretty interesting, Harry.
Yeah, good job, boys.
Well done, Pete. Great bit of flying.
I think the girl wouldn't have survived if she would have stayed there for much longer. So it's good to have a win like that. Harry's fairly young to the business and he's a great waterman, but that sort of job is a little bit different for everybody, so I was really proud of his effort.
Coming up,
I just grabbed her, pulled her in and walked up.
a nightmare end to the perfect day at the beach.
Treating her as if she may have a spinal injury.
And no easy way out for a broken rider.
We're going to try again now, okay, mate?
On the ground at one of Australia's most dangerous roads, paramedics need to move busted-up bike rider Daniel.
So 40 are more in now, and we're about to go just one of Madaz, and the time is 20 past 2.
Daniel's had so much pain relief he's becoming drowsy. But paramedics are still unable to straighten his leg to move him.
You're doing that, I'll draw up another one.
Yeah. Righto, put the other one in. Yeah.
Veteran paramedic Greg Knott knows that as painful as the accident was, moving Daniel is going to be even worse.
The gross deformity of his limb, fractured femur, this is right up there, 10 out of 10 pain.
Mate, is that hurting up here? Is that leg hurting?
It's quite severe. There'll be fragments of bone, jarring on nerve endings and muscle, tissue.
But there's no way around it. Daniel has to be transferred.
We're going to try again now, okay, mate?
We're just pulling the slide, the sheet split through.
Pelvic and full-length leg splints will help prevent bone fragments from causing further internal injury, but not pain.
Dan, how's your leg, mate?
How's your leg? It's still sore, but not too...
To make matters worse, he's still not out from under the rail.
Ready? Yeah. On 3, 1, 2, 3. You just got to relax. Let us do all the work.
And after 3 torturous hours, he's told he's in for an exciting chopper ride to hospital.
As much as I'm sure I'll enjoy it, it's definitely not my lucky day.
With Daniel secure, the ambulance meets the aircrew at a nearby park. The severity of the injuries means a chopper ride is the only option.
A couple of little bumps, mate. We'll get you in the aircraft and then, get you comfortable.
After more pain in one morning than most people feel in a lifetime, Daniel will be taken to hospital for extensive tests and treatment. There'll be no more riding Putty Road for quite some time. "36,000 kilometres of coast, over 10,000 beaches. It's only a matter of time before something goes wrong.
Spot 8, we've got a 16-year-old female that has been dumped in the surf. Axial load to the top of the head. Was extricated with the help of a friend and is laid down on the beach above the high tide mark. She's complaining of C1 and C2 pain, 7 out of 10. Initially she had numbness and tingling to the fingertips.
Get that, guys? Yeah, copy that.
The information coming in indicates spinal damage, an all too common coastal occurrence.
They say it was a girl, Leggy.
Living around this area where there is such a long stretch of coastline, a lot of our jobs are water related, either being boats or people caught in rips or dumped by waves in the surf. And a lot of the time, spinal injuries or different types of injuries, obviously, for when they're getting hit from the wave and onto the sand.
When you come off your comms, Heathy, I'll take it. Moving across.
As they approach, a crowded landing zone confronts Aussie the pilot.
Yeah, okay, clear both doors. Left door coming back.
It's over to air crewman Leggy to guide them in.
Hey, you got the ambulance in the car park there? Okay.
The role of the air crewman and the rescue crewman coming into a scene like this is critical.
Cover that up there, you're excited, just got that light post on the left here. Hang on, onto the car, gone through the car park. And just hold that position there.
We've got to paint a picture for the pilot.
There's a surfboard loose on the ground, Oz. Just right of the ambulance.
His eyes are out and he can only see to a certain point.
Surfboard secure.
So got that light post on the left here. How are we on the right? Can we move right?
Plenty of room on the right, mate. Plenty of room, 30 on the right.
Move right, 10.
Well clear right.
3, 2, 1 and hold. Clear down there. 5 off the ground. 4, 3, 2, 1. Left skids on.
Right skids on. Okay.
Hey boys. All hands on deck. How you going?
On the beach, ground paramedics and locals bring 16-year-old Christy to the chopper for assessment.
1, 2, 3, lower. This is Christy. As I said on the air, Christy was in the surf. It's quite a big swell today. Yeah. And she was dumped head first. So she's received an axial load to her neck. Pain 7 out of 10.
Not good signs for a frightened young girl.
I think it's going across.
Coming up, Christy's future now in the hands of the flight crew.
It's a high-risk area for injury. It can certainly lead to quadriplegia.
In the car park of a popular urban beach, paramedics are treating a 16-year-old girl for a possible broken neck.
Christy was in the surf. It's quite a big swell today. Yeah. And she was dumped head first. So she's received an axial load to her neck.
Christy was alone in the surf when the accident happened. But fortunately, boyfriend Jared wasn't far away.
I was sitting on the beach because I hopped out first and she called my name out. And I just ran down because I knew she was in trouble. I see her face all white and pale. I just grabbed her, pulled her in and walked up, put a jumper around her neck, just supported and held her neck.
How's that pain at the moment? C1 and C2 pain is quite high cervical pain. We're talking just below the base of the skull, basically. It's a high-risk area for injury. It can certainly lead to quadriplegia and death if it's unstable and not treated correctly.
The symptoms mean Christy has to be kept as still as possible, her spine immobilised. In the worst-case scenario, any movement could cause irreparable damage.
We'll be treating her as if it was an unstable fracture there and hoping in the end that there isn't. I'll just explain what will happen from here, Christy. We're going to use a thing called a back mat. All that does is it wraps around your body, and when we sort of pump it or extract it out, it's going to hold you nice and still.
Is there any LOC that you know of? Feet first?
On 3, mate. 1, 2, 3. Feet first, guys. Just put the wheels on the deck.
With Christy secure in the chopper, her panicked mum arrives, having just heard the news.
G'day, Mum. How you going? She's all strapped up. She's been dumped in the surf and laying on top of the head. So she had experienced some neck pain and some tingling down the hands. Everything's fine at the moment. She's got good sensation in her fingers. She can move her hands and her feet, so that's a really good sign. She's all packaged up now. We're just going to run her up to the John Hunter Hospital.
Mum.
Yeah, Mum's coming with us.
Mum's
Mum's going to come with us, okay? With the patient, knowing that her mother's going to come tends to put them at ease, and it's a little piece of home. Once she's out, then you can hop out and follow them towards. Okay.
There's a couple of advantages when we are able to bring the parent along. Obviously, we have space constraints sometimes, but it's good for both the patient, keep her calm and to know that her mother's close by. And it also saves the mother, in this instance, trying to drive for an hour in a state that she shouldn't really be driving.
Next week on Air Rescue, flight paramedics under pressure.
Just relax for me, all right? Everything's all right.
He gave his all to save the family home.
You're right, and I reckon you've got a bit of anxiety going on as well.
But did he push it too far?
You've got pain in your chest.
14,000 feet and falling. How can anyone survive this?
He stood up, he just went like that and collapsed.
And a daredevil's motocross dream hangs in the balance.
Oh, I love you.